Priya Guyadeen is highlighting the journey into midlife through showing the good, the bad, and of course the funny. At age 51, she started a new journey into comedy and founded the Cougar Comedy Collective. And Priya joins us in studio now. Priya, thank you so much for joining us here on Live in the Bay.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, now we have to talk about the Cougar Comedy Collective. But before we get into that, why did you all of a sudden spring into comedy?
Yeah, great question. You know, I found myself, like most of us, during the pandemic, stuck at home with a 7-year-old child, trying to be a full-time mom, full-time teacher, full-time employee, and figuring out where I could find bail money.
You're like, I need it. So you decided to get into comedy.
Yeah, my friend started a virtual open mic to sort of keep our little community connected. And I've always been told I'm funny, but I never had the courage to try stand-up. And I thought, well, if there's any moment to try it, it's probably now, because we were doing it over Zoom, and that's going to be the safest way for me to do it. So I started doing her open mics, and people started laughing at my jokes. And I spent the first year of comedy performing on Zoom to worldwide audiences that were mostly on mute.
Yeah.
But from their frozen faces on the screens, I could tell I was killing it. So I thought I'd conquered comedy.
Seriously, and you know what's so funny? You don't oftentimes hear of comedians doing comedy stand-ups through Zoom.
Exactly.
How was that experience for you, your first time experiencing comedy?
It was really challenging, because you are dealing with all sorts of issues, technology issues, trying to keep an audience engaged that you're not in front of live, trying to listen for laughter, to know if your jokes are really working, and to engage with the audience. So it was extremely challenging, but for the most part, I thought I did really well, and I thought, you know, okay, I'm ready to be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
But then I took to the stage live in October 2021, and that was a completely different experience. I had to engage with a live audience, which was totally different. So, you know, I had to learn on my feet, but it was a really interesting experience.
Well, through that experience, you created the Cougar Comedy Collective. Tell us about that.
Yes. So as I was starting my journey in comedy, I was looking for opportunities and shows where I could develop my material, hone my comedic persona, but I wasn't really finding those outlets. And I felt a bit of a disconnect with the subject matter that the current comedians were talking about. And I wasn't finding other female comedians like myself telling my story. So I decided to start my own show called Cougars on the Loose, which features comedians of a certain age, and we talk about the foggy 50s and the mystery of midlife and that journey. And from there, it took off. So many comedians started to come out of the woodwork and ask me about being on the show. They were interested in being on the show. And from there, I developed the Cougar Comedy Collective. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and our mission is to entertain, educate, and inspire audiences to embrace age through comedy.
And why was that initiative so important for you when you developed this company and organization? Why was that important to highlight age and some of the things that, you know, maybe women go through that people don't always talk about?
Exactly, and that's one of the reasons, because I was going through all these changes in my life, and I didn't feel like I had someone to talk to about it. And every day there would be something happening that was sort of humorous in my journey into midlife. And I thought, you know what, it's important for us to tell these stories, because it's important for other women to hear these stories and to understand that it's okay to talk about midlife. It's okay to talk about the issues that we go through, and it's okay to make light of it. And it's also important for them to see other women up there being bold, being creative, and being courageous.
Yeah, and I completely agree. That's so important, to be able to be relatable. And that's what that really is. It's relatable. You're relating to the audience on so many different levels. What do you hope people take away from your show when they come?
Well, besides having a great time, I hope that our audiences feel inspired to tell their own stories in their own ways. I think one of the unique things about our show is that our comedians come from all walks of life. So you get to hear a unique perspective on the midlife journey from women who have accomplished and experienced so many things in their life. And I hope that that gives our audience the opportunity to go out there and create their own creative endeavors.
Well, where can people watch you? Where can they tune in?
They can see us. We'll be at the Hangar 1 Vodka Distillery in Alameda on October 21st, and we'll be at the Dragon Theater on November 19th in San Jose. They can get tickets on our website, which is www.cougarcomedycollective.com, or they can reach out to us by email at cougarcomedycollective@gmail.com.
Wonderful. Now, I see you brought a little something on the sofa. What's this?
Yes. Well, as the president of the Cougar Comedy Collective, Olivia, I would like to make you an honorary member and present you with one of our tote bags.
Thank you. This is beautiful. I love it. Okay. I'm officially a member. I know you guys are all jealous out there, but Listen, I'm in. Thank you so much.
You're the #1 cougar.
I'm the #1 cougar. I'm going to wear that title proudly, too.
As you
Thank you,
should.
Priya. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.